Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast.
What's going on?
It's good to see you again on another Monday afternoon.
Hopefully you had a good weekend.
Yeah, hopefully life doesn't stress you out too much like it does me. Because I had to make an entire podcast about it. Oh well, that was fun.
I feel like everyone's stressed with politics.
Yeah.
And
I just have a constant headache all the time now, even when I sleep.
well, it's because it's everywhere. You can't escape it.
Even when I wake up in a cold sweat, just thinking, why? Why does life hurt all the time?
Dave, I feel like this is a deeper issue.
I'm getting PTSD from nothing.
No, listen. You're probably not the only one.
Right.
This can be very traumatic for some people.
I'm going to tell my grandkids one day, like, this is my war story. I lived through 2020.
It feels like a war.
It's a war.
I swear.
I feel like that's the best way to describe it, a social war.
That's literally a perfect way.
Yeah. I thought up of that on the spot.
You're
I'm
such
so
a
great.
genius.
I'm so great.
Such a genius.
And to top it all off, I wanted to touch on this because this happened in the past week. The great Eddie Van Halen passed away. Which,
yes, R.I.P.
R.I.P. I mean, yeah.
One of the world's greatest guitarists.
Right? And, like, I'm a massive fan of, like, rock and roll from, like, the 70s and 80s, so, like...
Is there anything better?
There's not. And, I've heard people say, obviously, like, Eddie was incredible. He was amazing. And he's one of those guys that, like, he was just so unique in his style, and, like, there's not many people that come along that have the talent that he does.
Right.
And just, like, the uniqueness of the style that he had. And it was, I mean, nobody's gonna be able to match what he has. Like, there will be people who have their own unique style, but we're not gonna have another Eddie Van Halen.
But even if you think about it, like, with the way the music industry and society kind of views the music industry, they don't place emphasis on, like, the people playing the instruments now.
Right.
It's more of, like, either the singer
Yeah.
or doing, like, the techno, like...
Yeah. Dubstep or
techno,
whatever it
there's
is.
not, like, you don't have, like, guitarists like Slash and Eddie Van Halen and anymore.
I wish I could have seen Van Halen live, but I did see Slash live. I did see Guns N' Roses.
That would have been amazing.
That was an experience. I mean, granted, they're all older now, but I mean,
still.
They still put on a great show.
I saw Brian May from Queen live.
Yeah.
And Richie Sambora.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Ooh.
Also.
You're talking to my sweet spot, Bon Jovi.
I was going to say, let's just jump.
Yeah.
John Bon Jovi.
Oof. I unfortunately went to their What About Now tour, which was right around the time that Richie left.
Ooh.
He retired.
Was that before? I can't remember if that was before or after their Have a Nice Day album.
That was after. Have a Nice Day was 2005. What About Now was 2012.
Okay.
And then I went to their 2013 tour. Yeah, that was rough. Because I think Richie left the album before that.
Yeah.
No, this would have been the first album that he was not a part of.
Yeah.
Which was rough, but...
I heard John Bon Jovi just started talking about it. Everyone took his comments, like, negatively. Like, he was being negative towards Richie.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was.
No.
Did you hear about all that?
No.
Yeah, he came out and said, like, he was talking about it.
Yeah.
And he didn't say too much, because, I mean, it's John Bon Jovi. He doesn't really...
Right. Yeah.
He's nice.
Yeah. Well, and from what I understand, him and Richie still have a good relationship.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to express how much I've been just bawling out of every orifice in my body.
And now I hear
Eddie. Yeah.
I hear ya.
Oh, well, we still have his music, which is great, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna live on forever.
Just like Freddie Mercury.
Right?
Just saying.
Yeah.
People recognize greatness.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Hence why we're here.
Right? Hence why you're listening.
All 2 of you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the 2 of you that are listening, why?
Because we're great.
You have so much better things to listen to.
And we're funny. Okay.
All right. I've heard the other options. They're so much better. Anyway, let's change topics. I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
We're talking about our life in the 90s. I mean, I think because I mean, obviously, like, you know, we as kids had a different experience in the 90s as, you know, our parents or grandparents. Because we had, like, stuff geared towards kids, which was unique.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we were the last age group that really experienced childhood without, like, technology.
Like millennials
Mm-hmm.
area, yeah. Yeah.
Because we're, like, the later millennials.
Right. I don't know technically when millennials start, but
80,
like early
3.
80s.
Because
Early
my
80s.
sister was born 84, and she's in that age group.
Yeah.
So, yeah, early 80s, and it ends, like...
Mid 90s-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I was born in 92, so I'm right towards the end there.
Yeah. 90, so...
Yeah. We were kind of like right in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which was good. Yeah, I mean, just even thinking about, like, technology, like, I wasn't allowed to have a cell phone until I was in high school. Like, my first...
I wasn't either, and I'm sure your cell phone was the same way. It was, like, my mom's old one.
Yeah.
And you all just called, but it had to be on the same carrier
Right.
you called to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it cost money.
Right.
You couldn't send text because it was, like, 10 cents per text.
Right.
And...
Like, okay, I think my family had, like, the family plan or whatever, and it's, like, between the 4 of us, like, I had, like, per month, I think it was, like, 150 texts a month.
Oh, yeah, see, we
For
didn't
me.
have that in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, which, I mean, if you think about, like, especially kids nowadays, how much they text.
Oh, no, you had to call back then.
Like, they would have owed thousands of dollars each
Oh,
month.
100%.
Seeing how much kids text nowadays.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
They don't even text. They're on Snapchat.
Right. They don't even do texting anymore.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
My 17-year-old cousin, she doesn't text.
Yeah, no.
It's Snapchat.
It's like when we were kids, we had VHSs, and now
Yes.
and then they went to CDs, but now CDs aren't even a thing anymore.
No.
Like, it's all digital.
No one even buys DVDs.
No. You're a loser if you buy DVDs.
I still do.
Me too. Am I a loser?
We're losers. Listen, I remember when I got my new laptop for grad school.
Yeah.
And I was like, does this have a CD player?
Right.
And the girl looked at me and was like, you still buy CDs? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I like a hard copy.
Yeah. Like, we're using the laptop that I've had for probably, like, 5 years now. And I had to get one that had a CD slot in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got it from Best Buy, and, like, this was one of the only ones that still had a CD slot in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars don't have them either.
No. It's all, like, Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my CD player in my car.
I'm so jealous. I had one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
until I got rid of my Escape.
Yeah. I don't listen to CDs as much in the car.
I
But I still listen to them.
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to, but
I still have my CD case, all my CDs in it.
I was gonna say that's another '90s thing.
Yeah.
You used to have that like book,
Yeah.
like the
It's
zipper.
a bookcase, zip case.
It was like a zip case, exactly, full of CDs, and
Right.
that was what you meant when you asked your passenger to be a DJ. They
Yeah,
looked through the
right.
CDs to put the CDs
Yeah.
in.
And I remember, I think it was like 2014, I was in a car accident, and, like, the only thing I cared about was, like, are my CDs okay? Like, the guy that I was with was just like, David, are you okay? I'm like, I don't care about me. What about my CDs?
My CDs.
Are any of them hurt? My babies.
They were, though. Like,
yeah. Because think about how long it took you to, like, get that collection together.
oh, for sure.
Yeah. And that collection.
It costs money.
Yeah, it does. And, like, it also, like, as silly as it sounds, like, it defines who you are. Like, that's your personality in one little zip case. It's like, because
Oh, no, you're right.
it's...
I always say you can tell a lot
Yeah.
about a person by the music
Yeah.
that they like and they listen to, and
Yeah. Mine's all K-pop.
nice.
For anybody out there who actually believed that, that's a lie.
You could tell I
However,
didn't.
like...
You could tell I didn't because I was like, nice.
Right? But I will say, like, 70% of my collection is all, like, rock and roll. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Pre-90s,
Oh, yeah.
when rock was good.
Right? Yeah, mine's about, like, 60% pop
Yeah,
from the 90s.
right.
And, like, well, no, actually, I should say more than 20%. Like, 50% pop from the 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less. But, like, and then classic rock
Right.
from, like, the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Mainly 70s.
Yeah.
And then, country.
Yeah. That works.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
But back to the 90s, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think our TV shows were so much better in the 90s.
Oh, my God.
/ early 2000s. They were better. Like,
Absolutely.
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, even Disney Channel, like...
Right?
Because, like, I didn't watch a whole lot of Disney Channel shows. I did it more for the Disney Channel original movies.
But, yeah, I feel like we were at an age, though, like, right when the Disney Channel shows were getting bigger,
Yeah.
we were kind of in that, like, either too cool for school phase,
Right.
or, like, at least I was.
Yeah.
Because, like, we used to watch Even Stevens,
Yeah.
but, like, that wasn't, like, a big thing
Yeah.
for us, because we were little... We were old enough to be like, we shouldn't like this, but we kind of do.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But I agree, it was so much better.
Yeah. I mean, I think my favorite was Rocket Power. I loved it so much.
Wiggity, wiggity, wiggy.
Twister was, like, the coolest character ever. I loved him.
Oh, yeah.
He was such a goofball, but I loved him. And then I know another huge one, at least, with my friends, was Hey Arnold. That was a
Hey, Arnold.
popular show.
All Real Monsters.
Yeah. Angry Beavers. I loved Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, my God. All That.
Yeah.
I loved All That.
The Amanda Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Keenan and Kel.
Keenan and Kel, I was going to say.
Who loves orange soda?
And then Good Burger. Yeah. Okay, who'd you like more, Keenan or Kel?
Ooh. Kel.
I did too.
Just because he was goofy.
Yeah. Keenan was really good, but, like...
I liked Keenan. I felt like he was more normal.
Right.
But, like, I liked Kel because he was just goofy and, like...
He's just a goofball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anything as a child I thought it was funny. Like, that's what I gravitated towards.
Yeah.
I didn't like seriousness.
No. It was terrible.
Oh, yeah. But...
And then I loved, like, Cartoon Network as well. You said you were more of a Nickelodeon person.
Yeah. Because, like, Rugrats.
Yeah.
We have to talk about that.
Rugrats, man. Talking babies.
That was...
Made me question all toddlers. Like, talk to me!
That was my jam, though. That show, like...
Yeah.
I loved that show.
Yeah.
I even went and saw Rugrats live.
Is it me or did Tommy have a weird-shaped head?
He did.
Like, it was, like, bumpy. Like, Tommy, are you okay? Like, not... Just, like, a misshapen head.
Yeah. Well, Angelica's doll did, too.
Yeah. Okay, but her doll, like, what was going on with her hair?
Oh, who knows?
So there's, like, the 3 clumps of hair that stuck straight out.
She had a rough life.
She was a war vet.
Rough life, man. She's been through some crap.
Yeah.
I loved.
Yeah.
But you were more Cartoon Network?
Depends. Well,
Or both?
both, because I have my favorite shows from each. Like Nickelodeon, I had Rocket Power. Cartoon Network, I had Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Like, which I think inspired all the dudes nowadays.
That jock.
Yeah, that jock. Like, hey girl, you want to hook up?
Mm-hmm.
Hey girl, check me out.
Thanks, Johnny Bravo. Women, thank you. Not.
But if you think about it, Johnny Bravo helped reveal all the terrible guys.
Okay, I can see your point.
Right? Yeah, Johnny Bravo.
I can see your point. Like, now they're just coming out of the woodwork.
You know who's left is all the people like me who can't get a girl.
Stop.
Because I don't go up to it.
Stop.
I don't go up like, hey girl, how you doing?
Most girls actually don't like that.
Well, after Johnny Bravo, they did.
The guys are just more persistent.
Oh,
Finally, the girls are
okay.
like, fine.
Okay. Enter the Me Too movement.
You're
right. Oh no.
Right?
That's another podcast.
Yeah, right.
Oof. Thanks, Johnny Bravo.
Let's not touch on that.
Oof.
What else is that? Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. That's why everyone our age loves horror movies now.
Probably.
Because we saw that.
Probably.
And then Ed, Ed, and Eddie, which is why we're all just insane. But it's okay, because we had shows that really, like, calmed us down, like Boy Meets World.
Right?
Like, those were the shows that, like, taught us a lesson.
Okay, not only that, it was just, like, they were just shows that, like, that kind of show, you had, like, that in Full House. Like,
Yeah.
Boy Meets World all day over
Yeah.
Full House. But,
Yeah.
like, they were just simple.
Yeah.
But they taught you a lesson, too, without it being
Right.
overtly obvious. Well, Full
Yeah.
House, it was overtly obvious.
Yeah.
And
Right.
cheesy.
Yeah.
But, like, Boy Meets World, like...
Yeah, it was good. Because I think, like, later on they tried to, like, do shows like it, but they didn't do a good job. As good as Boy Meets World.
You can't.
Like, I feel like...
You can't beat Eric.
Right? Like, I feel like there are a lot of similarities between that and, like, iCarly. Like, without the internet sensation part.
Was iCarly, though, or was it trying to be like a Lizzie McGuire?
Probably like a combination, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I never watched iCarly.
No.
No.
Yeah, but Boys Meets World was good. Was Eric Matthews the older brother?
Mm-hmm.
I met him at Comic-Con. He was like...
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
I love him.
He was like the coolest guy. And of course, like, I had to go up to him and be like, hey man, can you say it?
Of course.
And he's like, what do you mean, like, hey Feeny? Feeny!
Feeny!
Feeny! But he said he couldn't because he had, I don't know, which is...
He didn't do it?
Well, and this kind of sounds like, I don't know if this is true, but he said, like, he gave over, like, the quote to Girl Meets World. So, like, he wasn't allowed to say it?
That makes no sense.
I know.
He just didn't want to.
He just didn't want to, I don't think. He probably did it enough times that day that he's like, I just don't want to do it anymore.
Well, yeah, because how are they going to know if he said it?
Right. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not recording it. I just wanted you to say it.
Not only that, like, you know that's something that fans are going to ask him to say. And so you should want him to say that because...
You can't just not say your most popular phrase.
I feel like he was lying.
Yeah, probably. Well, I disrespect you.
You could have just said you didn't want to.
Come back to Michigan so I can slap you.
Right?
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't slap that face.
I know. He's great.
Yeah, he was my favorite character, though, I think.
Psh. Oh, yeah. I like Sean, too.
Sean was good.
I like Sean.
I think I just like their hairstyles. They were pretty great.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, but there's just some great, like, just great episodes.
Yeah.
Like, Eric, have you seen the episode? Well, okay. I won't get off on my Boy Meets World.
No, you're fine.
There's a bunch of episodes that, like, still to this day crack me up.
Oh, yeah.
Like when Feeney was going to retire
Right.
and Eric would not, like, let it go. And he was, like, at the graduation.
Right.
Because I think Corey was graduating at the same time.
Yeah.
And Feeney was giving his speech, and Eric came up and was like, Feeney,
Feeney?
you can't. It was just, oh my god. That show.
Yeah. And I remember, like, the series, like, the show finale when, like, the main class graduated, like, Corey and all them. And, like, at the very end, like, they all walk out and they say their tearful goodbyes. And, like, Feeney's looking at the empty classroom and he's like, class dismissed. I'm like,
oh god.
huh.
Just tear at my heart.
Like, that's when people actually knew how to end a show.
Well, yeah. It doesn't sound like it's a powerful ending, but that is a very...
Like, if you look up Boy Meets World ending, like, it just wrecks you.
Yeah. Because that was before we knew they were going to... Oh, no, because he was their college professor.
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
Yeah, because they went to college.
Yeah.
And then miraculously they all ended up at the same college.
Right. Of
But
course.
And then Feeney was there.
Feeney.
Feeney.
It was great.
Have you seen the one where they went into the future? And Eric had
sure.
like this long beard and he was Mr. Plays with Squirrels.
Because that just makes sense.
And he wrote his Me Manifesto.
Of course.
And he couldn't say Feeney because he hadn't said it in a long, so he was like,
Good quality television.
absolutely.
Oh, anyway. What else do we have in the 90s? We had our,
Then you had the Disney Channel original movies.
Yeah. Those
Like
are great.
Smart House.
Smart House was one of my favorites.
It's so good. Halloween Town is...
Yeah, that was good. That was insanely popular.
Because it's so good. I watch it every Halloween.
Yeah. Like, I think for kids, Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town are, like, the go-tos for our age.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, I loved it, which I think my favorite one was the second one. Like, Calabar's Revenge.
Oh, really?
That was my favorite one, I think.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I can
It's
see
kind
that.
of cool. But, like, you can't be the first one at the same time.
No.
You just can't.
I feel like every kid, well, at least I felt this way. But, like, I feel like why that resonates is because you felt like, every kid felt different, right?
Right.
Like Marnie did.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, I want my powers. I want to find out that I'm a witch and there's a Halloween town that I can go live in. Let's see. What else is the 90s?
Well, there were some that, like, I didn't watch quite as much, but I still, like, every once in a while I watched, you know? Like, I liked Luck of the Irish.
Oh,
That
that was
was
a great
good.
one.
Yeah.
I liked Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Okay.
Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami.
That was a good one.
Yeah. And then I definitely, like, this wasn't really up my alley, but I definitely appreciated Cheetah Girls. Like, that was kind of a cool movie.
Yeah.
I get why
We'll go
people
with
liked
that.
it. I mean, like I said, it wasn't really for me, but, like...
It wasn't my favorite either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just...
I feel like the only reason I kind of liked it was because of Raven.
Okay.
She was kind of cool. Otherwise, I didn't
I
really
never
care.
got on the whole Raven bandwagon.
No.
Like, with That's So Raven.
Yeah.
I was never on that bandwagon. I was more of a Lizzie McGuire fan.
Well, yeah. She's just great.
My mom hated it.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted her to do my hair like Lizzie's every day.
Yeah.
And I would get mad, like, why don't you never just help me with my hair?
Yeah. I just felt bad for Gordo that he never got to hook up with Lizzie.
No.
I'm like, come on, Lizzie.
I feel
What are
like
you
they
doing?
ended up together.
They did. And, like, the movie, I
I
think.
think so. They were supposed to make a Lizzie McGuire movie now.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's still in production.
Yeah.
It might happen.
Yeah. When, like, they both gain 20 pounds and, like, they have kids and Gordo has a dad bod.
Right? Right? No. What else?
I don't even know.
Oh, there was... I feel like it felt more when we were kids. It felt like there was more
Yeah.
when we were kids. But then when I looked it up, I was like, there's not that many.
Right.
Oh, wait, how are we forgetting High School Musical?
Well,
That's
I mean, that was a little later, but...
But it's an original movie.
It
It's
is.
not in the 90s.
Right.
You're right.
Come on.
You're right.
You just like Zac Efron.
Well, listen. Have you seen him?
Yes, I have.
So you understand. What else was there?
I don't even know.
I feel like Smart House, though,
That was my
like,
jam.
it's just a warning to us now.
Yeah.
And no one's really listening. Like, we all grew up on this. Like, we know.
Hey, Alexa, make me a smoothie.
Right? We all know how this is going to end. Yet we're all like, woo!
Hey, Alexa, I threw a huge party. Vacuum the floor.
Yeah, right?
Don't forget about the sweatshirt on the houseplant.
Hey, Alexa, just make me dinner.
Can you make me steak?
Can you brush my teeth?
Can you sing me a lullaby goodnight?
Oh my god.
Anyway. Yeah. That was... TV was good, but at the same time, like, I definitely know our parents did not let us watch TV very much.
No.
I don't know how it was for everyone else out there, but for me, like, I had, like, a half hour a day, or, like, maybe an hour if it was, like, a movie or something. But...
Yeah.
It wasn't not that much.
No.
I do not have fond memories of sitting in front of the TV for hours.
No. If I had, like, a favorite show, then I could watch it. But
Yeah.
other than that, once that show is over, you had to play.
Our parents kicked us outside. Go outside.
Absolutely.
Get some fresh air.
You never played inside.
No. Go drink from the water
Even
faucet.
in the winter.
Yeah. Go
You
outside.
put on snowshoes,
Yeah.
snow pants,
Yeah. Don't you come back inside.
right?
You live outside now. Make a fort.
But we also, like, you had to play with the neighborhood kids because
Yeah.
there was no internet.
Right.
So you had to play with who was around.
And, like, I know, like, you and I definitely did not live, like, downtown. Like, in the downtown areas of
No.
our city. So, like, we didn't have any options. Like, we couldn't go downtown to the shops.
No, you had to play outside in your backyard.
In your backyard. Like, you were limited to, like, your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not your house, it's your friend's house.
Oh, yeah. And you usually just played with your next door neighbor
Yeah, well,
if you had a kid who lived next door to you.
mine lived down the road, but you still hopped on your...
Well, I was going to say, if
Yeah.
the closest
Right.
kid.
Yeah, for me, like, I remember every time we hung out, like, we just hopped on our bikes, met up in the middle, rode around for a little bit, and then went back to one of our houses and hung out
Mm-hmm.
outside.
Outside.
Because we had to.
It was like it was a rare day when you could play with your friends inside.
Yeah. That's why we got together with our friends, so we could come inside. Mom, let us in. It's hailing.
No.
I don't wanna.
It's good for the soul.
It builds character. Now go drink from the outside faucet.
Oh my god.
Go drink from the hose.
We used to do that.
I loved it. That was the best water.
Dude.
David, drink from the filtered water inside. No, I'm going outside. It's better out there. And then in the winter, like, we turned off, like, the faucets, like, for the winter or whatever. And it's like, fine, I'll eat the snow.
Oh yeah, right? Just not the yellow.
What? Wait a minute, why?
Oh.
Oh, no.
I won't tell you.
It's not lemon? We used to tell each other, like, it's lemon snow. And the other person would be like, dude, shut up, it's pee.
Like, mess around with people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it was great. It was fun.
You would just play outside.
Yeah. Guess what, kids? We used our imaginations. Imagine that.
But what's funny is, like, our parents wouldn't be outside watching us.
No. They'd just be like, go outside, don't come in until it gets dark.
Right?
Even then, just If you happen to stay outside longer, good luck.
They were inside, like,
yeah,
just doing what they needed to do.
Right. We didn't even question it. We're like, okay.
Right?
We're outside. This is our home now. We're not allowed inside.
And, like, we all survived.
Yeah. Now what do kids do? It's like they're just on their iPads inside.
Even when they're hanging out together.
Yeah. They're all just, like, in a circle, Blair Witch style, slack-jawed.
Which is so funny, and then we wonder why depression rates have gone up.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, we're not connecting with people as much.
And I think this is, like, going back to an earlier podcast about, like, how kids are just... I feel like being a kid is harder nowadays because they do have technology, texting, Instagram, Facebook, where they're, like, feel like they have to amount to something all the time.
Well, you know...
Like, they're not allowed to be kids. Socially.
Right.
Like, they have to, like...
Right.
Show how good of a life they have.
Right.
And, like, you see how, like, kids dress nowadays.
Okay.
You want to know what grinds my gears?
Listen. I have the biggest... It... Literally.
Like, how...
Is the worst, like... How we are treating kids like they're mini adults.
Yeah, like...
They're not. They're kids. They still do not process things like adults do.
Why do kids have makeup? Like, it just doesn't look good.
I don't know.
I know parents are just like, it looks cute. No, your kid looks not okay.
I think, okay, yeah, like, my nieces love playing with makeup.
Yeah.
It obviously looks horrible. That's different.
Yeah.
Than, like...
You need to wear makeup. Or, like, I need to do it to fit in. Because the other girls do.
We didn't even start caring about makeup until, like, middle school.
I still don't care about it.
What? That's a total girl thing, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2020.
Some guys out there.
They do. But, yeah, it was middle school.
Yeah. And even then, like...
But we didn't have
great.
YouTube.
No.
We didn't have YouTube. It wasn't, like, elaborate.
Okay, but, like, also, your guys' makeup was different in the 90s. Because, like, you had, like, glitter and, like, little jewels.
We wore
like,
we wore those rubber bracelets. That was, like, our that's not like makeup, but that was, like, our dressing up.
But, like, I think the difference is, like, kids are doing it now to be, like, as disturbing as this is like, they're doing it to, like, look sexy and, like, fit in and, like, this and that. And it's, like, it's...
No, we had Claire's makeup.
Yeah.
That's what you started with.
Like, you had 90s kids makeup.
You went to Claire's and got, like, $5.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Makeup. That wasn't very pigmented.
Like, the whole thing with, like, I know we're in the era of 2020. It's, like, how messed up is this whole, like, cuties thing on Netflix? Like, this whole...
Oh,
I mean, we could rant about that, but, like...
Literally.
How messed up is it that something like that was even considered by a production team?
Right.
Right? Like, how did a group of people decide that, like, this is okay?
Well, what I thought was funny is, like, they're trying to show the over-sexualization of children by over-sexualizing them.
Right.
Like,
okay, you, 9-year-old girl, twerk for us.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Like, that wasn't even in the realm of possibility in the 90s.
No. We were listening to Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
okay?
Like, if that happened in the 90s, we'd probably go to jail.
1,000%.
Yeah. But now it's like...
Hollywood would never consider even making that movie.
No. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Netflix. We're calling you out.
I'm just saying Netflix.
Yeah, and then Netflix, like, was okay with, like, putting it on their streaming service.
You know what I think is so funny? Is that we have things like that and Cardi B's WAP.
Yeah.
That are, like, huge. But then people are throwing a fit over Baby It's Cold Outside.
Right.
It's like, really?
Like...
I think it should be the opposite.
And, like, the other song, like, I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus or whatever.
It's like, clearly that was their father. Like...
Right.
Just calm down.
Like, but you're okay with Cardi B and
With
Nicki
WAP?
Minaj.
And the dance to it?
You're okay with Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball.
That's showing her freedom of expression, Dave.
No, it's not. Shut up.
We don't need to see it.
But if she was doing Wrecking Ball in the 90s, it'd be different. I'm just saying.
Okay, listen. Like, for me, I remember Shania Twain, and this is, like, different as, like, a girl perspective, but, like, the big thing with Shania Twain was she was wearing a men's,
right,
like, fitted for her jacket,
yeah.
or, like, suit, like, and that was a big deal.
Right.
Because no girl on national television had been wearing, like, that.
Yeah.
And, like, her songs were kind of, like, progressive for the time, and now her songs are, like, nothing.
Right.
But, so, yeah.
What happened?
If she did Wrecking Ball in, like, the 90s...
It'd be different.
It'd be different.
And WAP would not exist in
the
90s.
I just don't... Listen. Maybe
Andrew's getting heated.
I'm not a creative, like, person in that sense, but, like, why did you have to be naked on the Wrecking Ball?
Right.
What does that add to your story?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I heard, like I read something that Miley, like, hopes that Wrecking Ball doesn't come back to haunt her one day. Like, it's played at her funeral or something. Like, dude, you're the one that made this song.
The song isn't even that bad.
No.
It's just her music video.
Right.
So don't make the music video.
You know what's hilarious is, like, when I was in high school, like, because Miley and I are, like, around the same age, it's like, when she was in Hannah Montana, it's like every guy liked her. Like, every guy was just like, oh my gosh, like, you're, like, for our age group, like, you're the hottest person ever.
Yeah.
And, like, then she got, like, weird. And now it's like, okay, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm all for, okay, Miley, do whatever you want, like, live your own life, but, like, man, calm down. I don't know what you're trying to prove.
I feel like it's all...
Stop licking sledgehammers.
Well, we can go into, like, the whole psychology of, like, what happens with celebrities. Like,
Right.
all the psychological shit they must go through. But
at the same time, there are celebrities that are 110% normal.
Normal.
So you wonder what the difference is. Like, there are pop stars that I know that are totally chill.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to think so, at least.
Well, I mean, look at the Backstreet Boys. Like, yeah, they have AJ, who is, like, he has some drug issues.
Yeah.
Or he had in the past, but, like...
But, like, you're in the music industry. Who hasn't, right? I mean, come on. We're being honest.
Let's be honest. Ozzy Osbourne. Keith Richards.
Slash. Speaking of Slash, like, I read that, like, in a day you could drink, like, easily a half gallon of liquor. In a day. Which,
yeah.
like...
I heard Richie Sambora could do the same.
Like, bro, you shouldn't be alive right now. Like,
Keith Richards and Ozzy Osbourne.
How are you guys not dead?
How are they not dead? Like, even Steven Tyler. You're just like...
I know.
How?
You know what? And all these people out there, all these scientists are like, you shouldn't have that extra muffin. It could, like, damage your body. It's like, okay, really?
You have guys who are literally going on stage.
With a half gallon of alcohol in their body.
Right?
Like, if I'm going to have that muffin, I'm going to have that muffin. Listen, I don't need you telling me what to do.
Just shut up.
I could be out there doing a lot of cocaine right now, but I'm not.
Or heroin. I mean,
right?
Listen.
I could be doing shrooms, but I'm not. I just want my I just want my muffin.
Right?
Calm down.
Listen, and how do they not have an STD?
No, it's because they are one.
Oh, this is true.
Oof. We got on a big sidetrack.
Just to make everything clear, we love these people. Like, I'm huge fans.
I listen to Ozzy all the time.
I do too. I mean, we're huge fans. But, like...
Like, lifestyle.
We're just looking at the reality of, like, how are they not dead?
So anyway, Miley Cyrus, calm down.
Well, now we're getting,
WAP
like...
off the radio.
Now we're in, like, 2000s. Let's
yeah.
go back to 90s.
Let's go back. Let's travel back.
Travel back in time.
Back to a simpler time. Because it was simpler.
It was.
It was easier. It was better. Because we didn't have the internet. We didn't have smartphones.
Well, when you did have internet, You had dial-up.
Yeah.
So it played that.
And you also couldn't use it when someone was on the phone.
No.
You couldn't.
So you couldn't be on it for long, because what if someone was trying to get a hold of you?
Hey, kids, back in the day, you could not be on the internet if someone was using the home phone.
Dave, we're those people now.
Oof.
Back in the day.
Back in our day.
Back in our day.
Because our parents told us, like, we used to walk 10 miles to school. Now we're those people that are like, you couldn't go on the internet and the phone at the same time.
We walked to school. Up hills both ways.
Now you can be on the phone and on the internet in the palm of your hand at the same time.
Right? And we all have our own separate lines.
Right.
Instead of just one.
And if I wanted to, like, get together with a friend, I had to call that friend's home phone.
And you never knew who was going to answer.
No.
So you had to, like, prepare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I'll call you tomorrow at 4:03.
Be by your phone.
To make sure that it was them that picked up.
I remember, and do you remember the big thing was when you got caller ID, so you knew who was
Oh,
calling?
yeah. Before, like, you didn't know. But at the same time, back then, like, there weren't as many scam callers. So, like, you could kind of trust to let, like...
Yeah, but it was more of like, ooh, I don't want to talk to them right now.
Right.
I don't have to pick up.
Right. Yeah.
But you're right, there wasn't as many scam callers. Like,
Yeah.
because you didn't, I swear, we have to put our number out there so much more now.
Yeah. You know what's funny is, like, my parents, like, don't even really answer the home phone anymore.
We don't even have a home phone.
Yeah. Like, why?
I pay for it.
Like, just, you have your cell phone. Just call my cell phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have a home phone
Because that's
anymore.
also the thing is, like, you know, we always have our cell phone on us. We're not always home.
Right.
So, you know. It is so much easier than it was in the 90s, but, like...
But at the same time, it's a lot more stress.
Yeah.
Because, like, now you're constantly on.
Yeah. Oh, you're always on your phone.
You're right? You're
Yeah.
constantly available to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. And, like, me, like, if I'm editing videos or whatever, like, I'm just on the computer for hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I wasn't allowed to back then. When we were kids, did you have the games that came with the PC? Like, the pinball game that did not require an internet connection?
Yes.
That came with it? Or, like, Solitaire, Minesweeper?
Minesweeper, yep.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
were our video games. We didn't have Call of Duty.
No. We had a Nintendo 64.
Yeah. You know what's awesome is, like, I got that from a garage sale years ago for, like, $20. And I know that one day it's going to be worth money.
Oh, for sure. It probably is right now.
Yeah, but, like, I want to wait till it's worth more money. Because I'm greedy. Because life costs money.
It does.
I have bills, man.
But also think about that. In the 90s, you didn't have, like, to factor that bill in.
Right.
Like your cell phone bill.
Right.
You didn't have to...
Like, you had the just home bundle where it's, like, TV, phone,
Mm-hmm.
internet.
You had less bills to pay.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure the TV bill was a lot less because they didn't have, like, HD channels and
No.
different packages. Like, you just had the cable package, right?
You had like 60,
Yeah.
I think ours went up.
Yeah. It's
Once you started
insane.
getting like in the higher numbers,
Yeah.
there were no channel. Like,
Right.
you actually had to remember people's phone numbers.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. And then if one of your friends, like, I mean, this is kind of just a kid's thing, but, like, if your friend did not live in your sub, like, you had to rely on one of your guys' parents to drive you to the other person's house.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't just do it for, like, a half hour because that's a waste of their time, right? So, like, you had to do, like, a
You had to
sleepover.
Right.
Which, by the way, sleepovers were the best.
I did not like them.
Really? Why?
I had a bad experience at one.
Oof.
I liked them with my friends.
Yeah.
I should say that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, with friends, it's great.
Yeah. But I went to like one friend's birthday party and there was a couple people I didn't know there.
Oh,
And they
really?
were mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You were scarred from sleepovers.
I mean,
Oh, no.
I got over it.
Did you?
I did.
You still remember it. Sounded pretty salty about it.
I still remember it because I literally called my mom.
Really?
Like, right as we were going to sleep, and called my mom. I was like, you need to come pick me up.
Yeah.
I think I actually, no, wait, I slept over. And I called my mom right away in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's just like one of those things, like you're over it, but you just remember.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Right. Oof.
Sleepovers were the best.
They were. Like, I remember for me, like, with a few of my friends, I wanted to, like, we tried to, like, challenge ourselves to see if we could stay up all night. We never did. We passed out by, like, 10 p.m.
Ooh.
I know.
You guys made it late.
Yeah. Okay, not, like, 10, but, like, midnight, maybe 1 a.m., but, like...
Hey, that's late.
Yeah. For, like, a 9, 10-year-old kid.
I can't make it past old
No.
midnight.
Well, that's rough. Okay, but, like, jobs.
Well, this is true. No. We used to have, like... I don't know if there was a guy version of it, but we used to have, like, the girl talk board game, that you would play.
No, we just talked. What was the girl talk game?
I don't even remember, but it was a board game.
Was it?
And it was, like, girl talk. That's what it was called.
Oh, okay.
And I think it had, like, questions.
Oh, you're so cool.
It wasn't that fun.
No.
We didn't play it a lot.
I'm trying to think of, like, stuff that we even talked about at boys' sleepovers.
We talked about boys.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about.
Oh.
Boys. But we were not cliche. We did not have pillow fights.
No.
No pillow fights.
Your boy talks. Do you like Jimmy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You would totally talk to him today.
Back when kids were innocent. You should talk to him. Like, that was a big move.
You said hi to him.
This is, like, a silly thing, but, like, I remember in, like, 2nd or 3rd grade, there was this girl that I had a crush on, and, like, I was just, like, hanging out with some friends in the classroom and whatever, and she kind of comes up because she had some friends in that group, and she kind of, like, put her hands on, like, a couple people's shoulders just to, like, kind of lean in and be like, hey, what you guys talking about? One of those shoulders was mine.
Oh, my God.
And I liked this girl at the time, so I'm like...
Hyperventilating.
But then once she realized it was me, she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, no, it's okay.
You're like, no.
No. Shh, keep it there.
Oh, my God. I like, in 5th grade, I had a crush on this guy, and he sat next to me.
Yeah.
And then one day, like, we had gone to the library to check out a book.
Yeah.
I got a book on dogs.
Right.
Because,
Cool.
they're dogs, and I like dogs.
Yeah.
And I was a little immature for a 5th grader, but whatever. And he was, like, looking on with me and talking to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God. What?
Yeah.
Is going on?
Yeah.
You're talking to me?
What?
What? And we went to 5th grade camp. And he, like, I don't know why, but they had spatulas on our table.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
Right.
But then he was, like, poking me with the spatula.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I remember this, but I remember I was like... all giggly.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Man.
But we had... Okay. So, I think this is, like, a 90's thing. But we had, like, MASH. I'm sure guys never played it.
No.
But it's called MASH. And it was, like, mansion, apartment, shack, house.
Yeah.
And then you did, like... You named 5 guys.
Yeah.
You named, like, 5 jobs. Like... You had, like, 5 different numbers of kids. And then you would go, like, by MASH. And so you would circle. So it'd be like, you're going to marry this person.
Yeah.
And have this job and have this many kids and live in this house. Like,
right.
was the thing we did. I don't know why.
Hey.
We did that at sleepovers, too.
Cool. You sound so cool.
Hey. We were very cool.
Okay. I believe you.
No, we were not.
I'm sure, I mean, obviously, kids went... Speaking of this Halloween time, October. I remember
Yes.
trick or treating.
Oh
It
yeah.
was great. It was so much fun.
Don't you feel like more houses were decorated
Yeah.
back then too?
Yeah. Well, I think, I don't know. People just cared more. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, it was fun to like get your friends together and like go trick or treating, and
Oh my god.
then you would come home and like exchange candy, and
Oh my god.
yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah.
And you get candy
Right.
at like
I want that now.
right?
Like, why can't I go to people's houses and get free candy?
Wait, when adults have Halloween parties, why isn't candy there?
Gosh.
I just
Should we have a Halloween party with candy? We should do this.
let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, people listening, like you're our witnesses where this is gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
It's happening.
And you're invited only if we know you and like you. That would be fun though. Just like have a 90s theme Halloween. Ooh.
Is this happening?
I kind of want it to happen.
We'll discuss.
We'll
because
discuss it.
This is happening.
Yeah, okay. Stay tuned, y'all. Anyway, I'm trying to think. Let's see, what else do we have? Games we played outside. Because we had to be outside all the time.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we said. I mean, obviously the big ones were like hide and seek and tag. Like those are like, if nothing else, we have those options.
Oh yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I remember like once it got dark out, we played hide and seek with flashlights, like nighttime hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
Where like if I got you with my flashlight, like that's basically like I found you.
Yeah.
And we also played hide and seek tag. Did you ever play that?
Yes.
Where like
Yes.
I have to find you, but that's not enough. Now I have to tag you in order for you to be out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last person standing wins.
Given a little extra challenge.
Right. That made it better.
Oh yeah.
And then you said you played Red Rover a lot.
At school we did.
At
Like
school.
at recess.
Okay.
What did we play outside? I feel like we just used our imagination
Yeah.
a lot, like on the playground.
Mm-hmm. For us, in Milford, the elementary school I went to, we had a couple different playgrounds, and then we also had like a little mini like soccer field,
We did too.
and like there would always be that group that was out in the soccer field.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We had the same thing.
Yeah, and then every once in a while, like I was able to join in, but like, yeah, which was kind of cool. It was a big deal.
I never did that.
I'm just, yeah, I don't know. One day I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I generally avoided anything physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Like gym was like
Yeah,
the worst. And we used to have to walk a mile
yeah.
once a year.
Oof.
That was torture.
Yeah, I remember, and I don't know if this was just my school, but like there was this like little program you could do at recess, lunchtime recess, where you could like walk the perimeter of the recess area,
Yeah.
and like you do that enough times, you could like rack up enough like points or whatever. And like for us, like each time we walked a full mile, we got these little like plastic feet.
Oh my god, we had the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
And like you made a little necklace, and
So I
like
wonder if that was like a Michigan.
maybe, but like
Because it was literally feet and it was called like heart.
I don't know what it was. But for us, like if we got, I think it was like either 50 or 100 feet, we got a t-shirt.
Yeah, there was some prize.
Yeah, and I remember I got the t-shirt.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
I had a friend that every recess we were walking together.
Oh yeah, see. We were like, nah.
Like at some point we were just like, dude, we're doing this.
Actually, I retract that. I feel like around 4th or 5th grade, then we were like, wait a minute, maybe
Yeah.
we should start doing this.
Right?
A 90s thing too is Dare.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
look,
that.
now nobody does drugs.
I remember Dare. You're right. There's no drugs.
I've read something that it's like, okay, think about kids. They didn't even know anything about drugs until Dare.
I feel like it was supposed to be, like, if you educate them,
Yeah.
then they're not naive about it and being
But
like,
it's like,
okay, sure, let me take it.
Right. And it's like now kids are like, oh, so there are many different kinds of drugs that I could take.
They stopped there. When did they stop it? They stopped it, like, I don't even know.
And like didn't they have like assemblies for a day or two, like every once in a while?
Possibly.
Maybe.
I remember.
Dude, elementary school assemblies.
Oh my gosh.
That was lit.
Wait, can we talk about the 90's, like, gym class where you had that big parachute that you would all have to sit under? And that was, like, the coolest thing.
Yeah, and we had those scooters as well.
Oh, yeah.
That you ran over your fingers with and just decapitated your fingers.
Yep.
That was the worst feeling ever. And you also got hit in the face with a kickball. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
and dodgeball?
I remember that feeling and also that sound
of
a kickball hitting you.
Oh, yeah.
That rubber boing.
Oh, that with dodgeball. You got that sound, too.
Ooh. That hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
I always loved dodgeball because I got out so fast that I could just go.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really have to participate because I got out fast.
Why does nobody pick me first for sports? Oh, it's because I don't care.
Well, I never got picked. We never actually had to pick people for sports.
Really?
Yeah.
We did. Oh.
Yeah, we never did. Our teacher was just like, this side, your group.
And I don't even know if it was all about athleticism. It might. I mean, it probably was, but it's like, it kind of lets you know like who your friends are.
I could see that.
You know.
I could see that.
I never got picked first. Oof.
Oh, I'm sure people were not happy that I was on
No.
on their team because I'm
It's like, ugh, frick, David and Andrea.
I literally have no athletic ability.
How do you choose between those two people? Oof.
We'll just make our own team.
Okay, we'll go off in the corner.
Right? So that way we don't have to do it. We forfeit. Bye.
We have a new game called Who Cries First? Can you do it? Oh no, I'm already tearing up. Because we didn't get picked first.
Back then I would have been like, Dave, suck it up.
Back then I would have already been crying. I'm sorry.
I would have been like, I'm so sorry, don't cry.
Oh no.
I don't want you to cry. I was a very sensitive little girl. I will say that. If I saw anyone cry, it upset me.
I was always one of those guys that just kind of shrugged it off. I'm like...
Oh, I did too when it came to me.
Yeah.
But if I saw someone else cry, I was like...
Oh no.
Why? Why are you crying?
Are you witnessing the future right now? Are you seeing how bad it is in 2020? Oof.
Maybe this is why I went to be a therapist.
Yeah. Maybe.
And then I was like, woof, not a good idea.
Oof. I remember one of the biggest ones was Capture the Flag.
Ooh. Yeah, we played that a lot in gym.
Yeah.
And on the playground.
Mm-hmm. I think that was like the biggest game, at least for
the
people that I knew.
Probably.
Like, that was always the go-to.
Uh-huh.
And then, we looked this up before the podcast, but I already forget. But we played Ghost in the Graveyard. That was a big one too, but I don't even remember what it was about. I don't know.
I remember when we looked it up, it said something like, we yelled "Ghost in the Graveyard."
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I
don't even know. But
I don't think
it was fun.
I remember we played it, but
yeah,
it wasn't like one of those big things that we played.
Right. Like that was like, okay, nobody wants to play Capture the Flag. Okay, we'll do Ghost in the Graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of like the backup option.
Yeah, we played a lot of like those like hand games.
Yeah.
Like Miss Mary Mac.
Yeah.
Those kinds of games.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like the last thing we can talk about is the toys that we had.
Oh my gosh.
90's toys. I want to get this one out of the way first because, like, I have an opinion about this.
I feel like I know what you're going to say. And I haven't even looked at it.
The devilish...
I knew it!
Atrocities...
Furbies!
That are Furbies. Okay.
Listen, those things went off on their own.
No. Here's the thing.
They did.
If you're a kid, nowadays who have Facebook and Instagram and you think like, oh, life is so rough. Okay, you were not woken up at 2 a.m. to the voice of a Furby. And if you don't know what a Furby is, look it up.
Hold on. I'm going to look up the sound bites of what the noises
like,
Furbies made.
And like there were different like colored Furbies, but there was like these little, I don't even know like what kind of animal they were not. And
they weren't any animal. It was like a mix
combination between a bird and like
that's like
the
a
devil.
Really weird chihuahua.
Bird and a chihuahua, which makes sense because they were so freaking annoying.
Right?
They would go off at the most random times, including when you were sleeping, so you thought that they were haunted.
For sure.
Yes.
Like I was saying,
I hated those things.
They literally would go off without you even like.
And like they had the creepiest sounding voice too.
That's what I'm looking up.
Yeah. Furbies, man. Look them up because I want you to experience how frightening they are. Imagine them with red eyes, just hi.
Right?
Oof.
Here, this is the noises that Furbies make.
Furbies. Oof.
Let's see if. Hold on. Okay, that's not what a Furby used to do. That one sounds like it's possessed.
Right. Although I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you can't listen to that and not feel possessed.
That's what used to wake you up at 2 in the morning.
That's what a possession was in the 90s. They got their experience from The Exorcist.
Right?
That sounds like the devil from The Exorcist.
Oh my god, it's literally...
They just imported the audio into these terrifying...
It was creepy. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure there was people who literally thought the government had cameras in them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because their eyes would move too.
Yeah.
It was just, they were creepy. That's all I'll say. They were so creepy. But everyone loved them.
Why did we love them?
Well,
we say we loved them until we were woken up by them.
I feel like we loved them until everyone, like...
hated them.
Got them and realized...
These are terrible.
These are awful.
They don't even do anything. They just sit there.
Right?
And are terrifying.
Well, and then we have the Tamagotchis.
Yeah. Oof.
Which everyone loved, but then all of a sudden we were like, this makes us feel like really bad parents because they would all die. So we were like... But Furbies. Ugh.
Ugh, frick. Bop It was like the toy from the 90s, though.
Yes.
Bop It, Twist It, Pull It.
That
was fun.
It was.
That was my jam. Gotta bop it, man.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you had to think.
Yeah.
Like, it kept you sharp.
Did you ever... This was like a little technology thing that I didn't put, but like Simon Says.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this little circular... Mm-hmm. For me, it was this little circular thing. It had 4 colors on it.
Yep.
And it went off like different colors, like automatically. And it was like green, blue, green, red, blue.
Yeah.
And then you had to like repeat what it did.
Mm-hmm.
That was like... That
was hard.
It was.
That was really hard.
Yeah.
Because, like, you had to do it in a certain amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you had to be fast and quick to remember, like, these are the combination.
Yeah. I never had moon shoes, and you said you didn't either, right? But you wanted them.
I wanted them.
Yeah. Big, massive shoes. Could you, like, bounce? You could bounce on them, couldn't you?
You were supposed to.
I don't know if they worked because I didn't have them, but...
I don't think they did work.
Yeah. Speaking of bouncing, I had a pogo stick that I was terrible at.
Oh my god, I loved pogo sticks.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at it either, but...
Yeah. It was fun to have sitting in the corner, getting dusty.
I liked bouncing on the pogo stick for like a minute, and then I got tired.
Yeah.
We did a lot of jump ropes, too.
Yeah. I did that more, I think.
Yeah.
Just to see how long you could do it. I couldn't do any of the tricks like the double jump. I couldn't do that, but like...
I think I worked up to it a little.
Did you? I just don't have coordination like that. even as a kid.
I usually don't. I don't either.
Yeah. Did you ever play the game Mousetrap?
Yes.
That was fun. It's hard to describe for people who have never played it or seen it, but it's like
It's
like
a really fun game.
It's kind of like a board game, but like you set up like these little like complicated mouse traps to like catch a mouse.
Yeah,
kind of
you're
thing.
you're setting up all these like intertwined traps basically.
It was kind of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
I feel like board games were funner back then too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like more geared for kids. Like there were a lot of good kids ones, I
Mhm.
should say.
Like Candyland.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Operation.
Yeah, that was fun.
That will always be my favorite.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of the fact that we always had to play outside, did you ever have Super Soakers?
No.
Ooh, I love Super Soakers. I didn't play with them a whole lot, but they were fun.
Well, mind you, I was one of 3 girls,
Yeah, true.
and I was the youngest.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Yeah.
my sisters probably didn't want me to have a Super Soaker
Right.
because then I would
Yeah.
just get them
Yeah.
all the time.
For those of you who don't know or are too young for this, like Super Soakers are basically guns.
Water guns.
Water guns.
Mm-hmm.
That hold like not a. I mean, they seem like it's a lot of water, but you use them in like 10 seconds.
It depends. You can get the bigger ones that hold more.
My parents didn't give me those ones. I had like the medium ones. You
Okay.
could get like 10 seconds of water out of it.
Mm-hmm.
We also had water balloon fights every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Water balloons were the shit.
Yeah.
Those were the shit. They're still fun.
You had to like get them perfectly sized so like
Oh,
they
absolutely.
they're not fragile enough to break in your hand, but they also break when you throw them at someone.
Oh, yeah, because if... Mm-hmm. Nothing's worse than when you throw them and it doesn't break and you're like...
And then it falls to the ground and breaks. Oh.
That, or then the person just picks it up and they can use it and they
It's
throw
like,
it back
oof.
at you and you're like, no.
It's like in dodgeball when the other side catches the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, come on, man.
No.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Not cool. Not
Yeah.
cool.
We were savage as kids, though.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, it's great.
But you got tough skin
Yeah.
because you had to learn to deal with it.
Oh, yeah. It was great. Did you ever have Silly Putty?
Yes.
Yeah. I had that in
I like
Play-Doh.
slime better.
Did you? Slime was good. Play-Doh. A couple times I had the Silly Putty that, like, changes colors, like, in the heat of your hand.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of cool.
That was like big technology back then.
Yeah, that was high class.
Did you ever have, and I never did, this was like later in the 90s, but like they started selling the Nickelodeon slime?
No.
Because every 90 kids remembers watching
Oh, yeah.
Nickelodeon and wanting to get slimed.
Yeah. Like you wanted to go on the show and get slimed.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Should we explain that for those who maybe don't know?
I don't even know what show they did it on. It like wasn't even on a show, was it?
I think I think they might have made it into a show.
Maybe, but it's like basically like pranking each other on TV.
Yeah, but then it was like buckets of slime that they would get like
And how do
drenched with slime.
what is slime even made of? All I know is like a green goop.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Just green slime.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we all wanted to be soaked by it, but like, do we even know what it was made of?
right?
What was it?
Right? I think they still do it on the Nickelodeon Awards.
Do they? Yeah, the Nickelodeon Awards was big.
Yeah, that's where you got.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slime.
Yeah, that was fun. I had Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. Like, obviously after the first one came out, like I was a kid still. Like,
Yeah.
I never really played with them.
Well, no, because they
Like,
probably thought they were gonna come alive,
right?
like they do in the movie.
Well, it's like I just never really played with toys like that, you know.
I wasn't big into like actually playing with those. Like I
Yeah.
was when I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Like it was cool to have them.
Oh yeah.
Like I loved Woody, but I don't know.
I remember I wanted Woody and I felt bad for Woody.
Yeah.
So I wanted Woody, but then I got Buzz because they ran out of Woody
really?
and I was mad.
Yeah.
I didn't want Buzz.
Ooh, speaking of toys, did you ever have Beanie Babies?
Duh.
Yeah.
I
Beanie
collected them.
Babies. Yeah.
I still have my Princess Diana one.
Do you?
That is collectible. And
Yeah.
probably worth a lot of money.
I loved all the animals. Like, I had the penguin, the otter, I think.
I collected them. I had like
Yeah.
100.
Yeah. We had a lot of Beanie Babies. They were so
Or
cool.
more. Or more.
Yeah. We never did anything with them.
No, because you didn't want to ruin them.
Yeah, we just collected them.
Uh-huh.
They were so cool, though.
Oh, yeah. And they came out with like limited editions. Like
Yeah.
the Princess Diana one
Like, yeah.
when she died.
That was like one of those genius things. She was like, we're just going to make a bunch of these and kids will like them, right? I hope so.
Right?
And we did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Beanie Babies, whatever company, TY,
Yeah.
like, they probably made so much money off of that.
Oh, they had to have.
Yeah.
Had to.
Right. Because kids wanted them. That's all kids cared about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was fun.
What about Easy Bake Oven?
I was doing that all day long. No, I never had that because I didn't really care.
It was geared more towards girls.
It was.
Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
I had one.
Yeah. But okay, I didn't want an easy bake oven, but like I wanted to do that kind of stuff because I always liked making stuff.
Yeah.
you know?
Uh-huh.
But
It was
I think my mind went to like, no, it's a girl's thing, so I'm not going to get it, you know?
probably.
I'm not going to be caught dead with a girl's toy. But like it was so cool. Like you could make like your own little brownies or whatever. And,
They weren't that good.
well, yeah, you're cooking food with a flashlight. With a little light bulb. Like how good is it going to be?
Listen, I was 9 or 8. I didn't know. I thought it would be good.
Yeah.
Turns out, it was not.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, yeah, I think that no matter what, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, this time period sucks because you're a kid. But like,
I loved the 90s.
looking back at the
Even when I
90s,
was
like,
then.
yeah, like, looking back, I think I appreciate it more looking back on it.
Yeah.
Just because, like, life is terrible now.
Oh my God.
Especially for like poor kids, man.
Just like, this is what they're growing up in.
Yeah.
Like
That's the thing. It's like,
when growing up, I don't remember political
no,
like elections being this divisive.
no. Like maybe we just weren't paying attention because we were kids.
That could be.
Because we had to be outside 90% of the day. That's what was going on inside. Parents were just yelling at the TVs.
There we go. Well, we did have Bill Clinton, so
I mean,
I'm sure a lot was being talked about.
oh yeah, oh boy. I'm sure that our parents were just like, go outside now.
Yeah, right? He comes on there like, no.
No, outside.
Leave.
Why do you want us outside so much? We'll tell you when you're older.
Well, I remember when X-Files was on,
Okay,
and I could not watch it.
of course,
I was too young,
of course.
but I would sneak down.
Yeah.
And we had this, like, curio cabinet that had a mirror behind it.
Yeah.
So I would sneak down, and the way where the curio cabinet was, I could see the TV through the mirror.
Yeah.
So I just sit there and watch it through
Right.
the mirror.
Yeah, of course.
My parents never found out.
No. I remember Friends was mostly on in the 90s, and, like,
Yeah.
I remember, like,
I couldn't watch it.
yeah.
It
Like,
was-
I caught a few, like, bits here and there, but it's, like, obviously it has a lot of adult humor.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously, you know, like, we're kids, it goes right over our heads.
Right.
Like, we laugh at, like, the funny parts.
When we hear other people laughing, we're like,
Yeah.
ah.
This is a good show.
Well, I remember in the 90s, when I was finally starting to watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Like, that was when Mike Myers, Dana Carvey
Yeah.
were still on, and they were
Right.
still did Wayne's World.
Yeah.
And I remember when Hanson
Yeah.
got big,
Yeah.
and they were on it,
Yeah.
so I could watch it, and I
Right.
was so excited that
Well, I
I could
feel like-
stay up and watch Saturday Night Live.
Well, I feel like we graduated from all that to
Saturday Night Live.
SNL.
Yeah,
Because all that was like a kid's version of SNL,
it was.
you know?
That's exactly.
And
They even had the weekend updates.
yeah. And like, I feel like not so much with the Amanda Show, but like the Amanda Show like still had skits and stuff, so it's. But
it had a very similar format, but all that was very much like a kid's version of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was done on purpose.
Yeah, probably.
But it was great.
It was. We loved it.
Oh my god.
My gosh, Drake, Josh, Keenan and Kel, Amanda Bynes.
I just remember, who was that lady? She was like a bigger lady too, and she would do the news segment.
I don't remember. I'm sure if you pull up her picture, I would recognize her, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Remember.
It was awesome.
It was.
So great.
90s was just a great decade.
It was. Take me back, man.
Seriously.
I mean, not to Clinton, but... Take me back to Abe Lincoln, but, you know, give me the 90s.
Just bring Abe.
Are you confused? I am.
I'm like, wait, what? Should we just bring Abe to the 90s?
Right. Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, like, yeah. Looking back, I'm so happy that we grew up in the 90s as opposed to today.
Oh my god.
Because we're, like we said, like, we're really the last group of kids that, like, was without technology. At least in the sense that it is now.
I feel like we're the last group that actually, like, had a childhood. That, like, where you were a child.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, and I think the biggest thing that I remember is, like we talked about, like, our parents would just push us outside and be like, come home whenever.
Yeah,
like,
but...
I feel like parents were more easygoing then.
But I feel like back in that days, in that time, too, like... Should I even have saying back in the day?
Back in the day!
Back in my day. I don't know why that was an Australian accent. That was weird. We, like, most moms were stay-at-home moms. Like, majority.
Yeah.
There are some women that worked.
Yeah. Like, my mom worked, but, you know, I mean, obviously...
Yeah, like, there was definitely...
Yeah.
I feel like in the 90s it was becoming more common for women to work.
Yeah. But
there was still a majority that just...
Mm-hmm.
You could live off of one income.
Right, yeah.
Back then.
Haha, inflation. Wow.
What? What?
Huh?
Well, it's funny when you look back at, like, we went to this, what was it? Oh, me and my grandma were talking when we were in, like, Boston, whatever. She showed us her old house.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
And she's like, that went for $20,000.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
Right.
That gets you nothing.
No.
Nowadays. Like,
that's the cost of a 2-bedroom apartment in LA per month.
Per month, yeah.
Right.
Per month. And now I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oof.
Inflation. What happened?
Yeah. And, like, how many kids have college debt now? Right? And are going to pay for it for the rest of their lives. And when older generations say, like, you know, back in my day we didn't have college debt. Yeah, well, you could afford things back then.
Your house payment wasn't, like, over $1,000 a month.
Right.
On top of, like, your car bill.
Right. Insurance.
Your cell phone bill.
Right. Going to the movies costs like $50 for your family.
Right?
I want a large pop. Oh, that'll be $20. What?
Listen.
Back when hamburgers were like 5 cents. Come on, man.
And you went to the diner.
Yeah. Those were better days.
Or you ate at home.
Yeah. Wow.
People actually cooked.
Andrea, I don't appreciate your lies.
I'm sorry.
People don't dine in anymore.
What is this you speak of?
I've heard of Kroger, but what do you do there? You buy food to cook at home?
Wait, you actually use the kitchen? I just thought it was some random room.
That's not just the area you eat in?
Just thought you can make food there? With, like, random, like, appliances in it.
Look, what we're saying is we love the 90s.
That's all. Bottom
all we
line.
want.
Bottom line.
Yeah. Anyway, if someone knows how to take us back to the 90s.
Marty McFly, where are you?
Marty? Marty, where you at?
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, I guess that's about it. We hope you all enjoy your terrible 21st century. We're going to go cry and think about the 90s.
Go watch some Chorus that explains it all.
Yeah. I'm going to go watch Smart House and eat.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With my Saturday morning cartoons.
Wait, yeah. And your, oh my God, what are they called? Like, pizza. Those little pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what
Pizza
they're called.
Bites or whatever.
Pizza Bites.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good. And K Cuisines.
Yeah, I'd never had those, but I wasn't allowed.
Me either. I was
Anyway.
like, you are getting peanut butter and jelly.
You're gonna eat healthy. Mom, I don't want to.
Stop, I just want a kid's cuisine or Lunchables.
I want to destroy my body with fake food. Come on, I want a
Leave
Twinkie.
me alone.
I want a Twinkie, Mom.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway. Alright, that's it for us. Enjoy the week.
Yeah.
Enjoy your headache of a week, which I'm sure is to come.
Hopefully don't get too stressed out. Turn off the news if you need to. That's all I'll say.
I never turned it on in the first
Listen,
place.
That's a smart idea.
You know what? I watch Parks and Rec. That's all the news I need.
Respect. Respect.
Hey, Nick Offerman, tell me why I should not care.
I was going to say, how about Ron Swanson?
Right.
You run for president.
Oh my gosh. I'd create so many different identities just so I could vote for him more than once.
Voter fraud.
Hey, he wouldn't care.
No,
Yeah.
he wouldn't.
Anyway. All right. Happy Monday, y'all. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.